only God can make a man. If God is going to make a man in his own image and in his own likeness, God is the originator and the original. He's going to make a man as a prototype or a copy of himself.
Make all men and boys join the FOI. But the second part is, and train them fast and make them brave fighters.
When we're in battle, you have to have the mind that whomever is facing you, whomever you are facing, destruction is for them. Because as we walk in peace, and fear will not prevail.
You fight to the death. Cause the Muslims gonna fight. We ain't got no gun, but we got a God and we are gonna fight.
And I got to shout to my brother FOI. I've been before you for 44 years without my teacher, and nothing happened to me on my walks with my brother. And I damn sure have a lot of strong souls.
The Honorable Elijah Muhammad was a man that wanted to strengthen the family, because if there is no strong family, there can be no strong people or nation. If we want a strong nation, then we must produce strong men and women with strong commitment to each other through the institution of marriage.
Any man that is not producing is not living up to the nature in which he's created. Every one of you is a producer. Very conscious out here.
The value of an FOI that has submitted his will to do the will of God and is now an active person in the mission of saving our people. Do you know how valuable you are?
You gotta want it. You gotta desire to be a Muslim. You can't window dress this. You can't say it from your lips. You gotta want it with all of your heart, all of your mind, all of your soul and strength.
Our God, Master Muhammad, and his Christ. We don't have no spook God. He's alive. And our God is real.
Man is man without God.
Yes, sir.
But when man reconnects to God, and the wisdom of God is brought back to man, there is no more man, there is only God.
Welcome to another edition of the 10,000 Fearless Podcast. In the name of Allah, who appeared in the person of Master Father Muhammad, and he raised from amongst us the Honorable Elijah Muhammad, and left with us the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan. And in those holy names, I'd like to greet our listeners in the greeting words of peace of Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum salam.
Also, we would like to thank our National Director and our Southern Regional Minister, Minister Abdul Sharif Muhammad, for his hard work and sacrifice, because it is his vision that made the 10,000 Fearless Podcast a reality. So we like to thank him. Now, let me tell you what we're going to do here tonight. Tonight, we're going to do a little something different. Tonight's guest is one of those stars that, you can't see stars in the daytime because the sun is shining, so you can't see the stars. Right? So tonight, we're going to bring somebody from behind the camera in front of the camera. Tonight, we're going to bring Sister Alicia Muhammad, our producer, director, and outright boss lady of the 10,000 Fearless Podcast. We're bringing her out front. Go on and introduce yourself. Tell us a little bit about yourself.
Assalamu alaikum, everyone, and welcome again to the 10,000 Fearless Podcast. My name is Sister Alicia, and I am an author. I have my own catering business. I'm a jack of all trades. We'll just put it like that. Too many things to put in one. But what we're here for tonight, I did write a book.
Uh-oh.
Here it goes.
All
You
right.
haven't got your copy. You should get it prelude to myself.
All right. So before we get into the book, let me ask you a couple of questions. What was it that inspired you to write a book?
Consolidation. But really, during COVID, well, you know what? The book sparked from something that my grandma said to me.
Okay.
My grandma told me something. She said, and this is before she passed, in 2018. She looked at me and she said, Alicia, your mouth gonna run them away. And I was like, Grandma, what you talking about? Like, she never said anything else to me. She said, your mouth gonna run him away. If you meet him, he gonna run. And I was like, what is she talking about? So during COVID, I got very, very sick. I thought I was gonna die. I'm for real. I was sick for 3 months.
Wow.
And I did not get the vaccine. Thank you, Lord.
Praise to Allah.
But I got very sick, and I think I subconsciously just got all the symptoms because I kept watching it on TV.
Hypochondriac?
Yeah, I think so. Just a
Okay.
little bit. So I started taking the Paximune, and I got better. But I just started thinking about myself, and that kind of stemmed me to start writing. I started doodling. It took me 3 years to write the book.
Okay.
So from 2018, 19, 20, and then I finally published the book in 2022.
Okay.
So it took me a while. It took me 3 years to write the book, and then an additional 2 years to actually put it out.
Okay. Okay. So now you grandma planted the seed. COVID comes and the circumstances come up. You say, I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna get this thing out.
I had all these papers with I would write stuff down, like how I was feeling and different things like that. I would write it down, and then I just put it all together, and that's how I started formulating. That was my therapy for myself.
Okay. Okay. So now we're let's dive in. What's the title of your book?
So the book had a original title was too long. So
What was the original title? Hold on, you gotta tell the people what was the original title.
The original title of the book was "The Promise of God to the Woman of God, the Husband Will Come." But then my publisher said that's too long, and then it made me take a different direction also in what I was writing about.
Okay.
So it's just "The Promise of God to the Woman of God." But the book isn't just for women. It's things in the book that also can help me. Because the journey to your relationship with Allah
Come on. Okay. All right.
is it could be the same
Okay.
as mine.
I can respect that.
So relationship doesn't necessarily mean I'm talking about well, we know God came in the person of man, but I'm not talking about a relationship where I'm trying to be with the person like in a relationship like that.
No, I get it. I get it. Yeah. All right. So now let's deep dive. You ready?
Okay.
Are you ready
I'm
for the deep dive?
Let's go. Let's do it.
All right. So, what are some of the first things that you want the person that read this book? What do you want them to find out about you personally?
One, it's okay to
No. This is about you.
Me,
this is
me.
for you. Yeah, because I'm gonna ask you another question.
It's okay for me to express myself and how I feel.
Okay.
Don't hold anything in.
Okay.
I had to learn how to forgive.
Okay.
On all levels of friendships and relationships, I had to learn how to forgive.
Okay.
Forgiveness and being okay with saying is something wrong.
Okay.
With me, and I need help.
Okay.
It's okay.
Now, the reason why I did that because I want the people to know the author,
Yeah.
then they can better understand the book.
Okay.
All right.
Yep.
All right. So now, where'd you grow up at?
Here in Atlanta, Georgia.
Grew up in Atlanta.
Born in Crawford Lawn, not Grady. Whoop whoop.
Come on, I just know good and well this woman didn't
Not
get on the
Grady.
podcast and diss Grady in
Straight
Atlanta.
up.
Are you?
Crawford Lawn, aka now it is Emory. Okay. No shade.
I'm not gonna be able to do this podcast.
I'm just saying.
You can't be.
You know what they say about Grady.
Okay. Let's.
Okay.
We love Grady. We love the people who were born at Grady.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, man, this threw me all the way off. All right. Okay. Now, all right. So, born and raised in Atlanta. Small family, big family.
Big family. I am number 6 of 10 siblings.
Okay, 6 of 10.
6 of 10. 4 boys, 6 girls, including myself.
Okay.
Not
That's
including
a big family.
my additional outside. My dad had
Other siblings.
I have other siblings. I have 3 known siblings.
Different, right? Different house. Okay,
Yes.
no problem. Hey, we in America. We're in America. That happens.
Okay.
Okay. Now, so big family from
Mhm.
Atlanta. All right. Now, as an adult, college, working, and had a professional life, and then you decided to write the book.
Right.
Okay.
So,
All right. Well, let's get into the book.
oh,
Promise God to the woman of God.
yeah.
What does that mean to you?
To me, when I talk about the promise, I'm talking about also the promise that Master Prophet Muhammad gave us. The
Okay.
promise of luxury, friendships of all walks of life, money. I'm talking about that promise as well.
Mhm.
Um, that's the promise.
All
Good
right.
homes and friendships of all walks of life. He promised us that if we follow him and endure, that endurance and the hardships and suffering that is necessary to remold and remake ourselves, the result will be luxury.
Okay.
So I really believe that on all levels, and luxury isn't necessarily just something tangible.
Okay.
Luxury in your spirituality as well.
Yeah,
So
like
I
me,
want to
I'm
be,
like I'm rich in spirit.
I want
As
to be
the
rich in
people in the show, I'm
spirit, but
rich in
I
spirit.
also want the
Some real
tangible
cash. Yes. Yes.
luxury as well.
No
So
problem.
I don't believe in
No
poor
problem.
righteous. I take that part out, and we're just gonna go with the righteousness.
Well, no, it's just a different type of poor. Like
Yeah,
I feel
I might be
poor,
poor.
Alicia, not poor Alicia. It was just poor
I'm not
Alicia.
gonna go with the poor. We're not gonna.
Okay.
We're gonna strive to have something tangible. All praises to Allah.
Oh, praise
But
be
yes,
to God.
so I strive. We're all striving to get where we need to be.
All right. So
On that
how
level.
did you come to that realization though? What made you be like, you know what, I'm going to go after luxury? What was it that inspired you
Well, I
to go
was
after tangible
just
luxury?
seeing my mom. Like my mother she is my best friend, and also just watching her struggle, and also seeing her thrive.
Okay.
Like hopefully she'll my sharing her personal. But my mom is like she's a fighter,
Okay.
and she is the ultimate warrior woman. Like she's like that figurine you be looking at, but like, oh my god, I can't believe she did that. Like she raised 8 children practically by herself,
Okay.
and then
Yeah, that's strong. That's a strong
that's
woman.
a strong woman. And I I knew nothing about poverty growing up,
Mm.
nothing. So the Sister Celicia that people remember in the mines that was in the projects, I didn't know that.
Mm.
So we grew up the first one, two, three, four. I gotta count. Okay, so the last 6 of us, we didn't see that part.
Okay.
My mom did everything she could so that we didn't have to live that life because she wanted us to. She always said, if I don't want you to do what I did. Not necessarily saying that my life was bad,
Hmm.
but you should be better than me.
Right. That's
I want you to have like every
every
parent,
parent
right?
wants that. Right.
So I never seen what the projects look like. I never seen. I mean, I know what it looked like, but I never had to live that life.
We understand.
So, growing up, we lived in many mansions, and we lived in one of the most predominantly successful black neighborhoods in Georgia, South.
Really?
Yeah. So my
Let me
whole
borrow
adult,
$20 so I can't do crazy
I
shit.
forgot if I asked you $20 down. I'll stay home the most. But I just having that a person in front of you that you see striving to do right and really giving her all to the nation and still working. It
Hmm.
was a very powerful thing. So just having my own journey, people think, oh, you got everything. You don't have to worry about nothing. But we all have our own journey to Allah. She didn't force us to say we wanted to take on this life. I chose it on my own. So that was a great journey that a lot of people that I grew up with did not necessarily have that option.
Right.
I had an
Right.
option.
Right.
Do you want Mr. Muhammad or what do you want to choose to
Right.
do?
Right.
So
Got into that made you want to have kind of luxury.
yep. Mhm.
How's that going?
It's going.
Going?
It's going.
Going?
It's
Okay.
going.
Praise be to
Okay,
God.
so I'm just like I said, I'm a jack of all trades. So I'm
Okay.
like, whatever business strikes first, that's what I'm doing.
Okay. Let me ask you something. Is that what was the seed for catering business? Is you just
Everything
because you
that was
stay
really good.
working. I'm telling
Yeah,
you, you're one of the hardest working people I know.
I'm gonna work and I'm gonna I'm gonna talk about travel. But I work. You can't travel no more. Okay, so working to get I do things that I love to do. If I don't love it, I'm not going to do it. That's in
Okay.
anything. So,
I was gonna tell you about relationship books, but
but yeah, so the book was one thing, and then the catering business is another. But I really love catering. Like that's like my love. To I love to create an experience for
okay.
people. So
Okay.
that's what I love to do. Even if it's not food, if
Hold on,
it's like
question
a
for you.
yeah,
So, what would you do and not get paid for it and still do it?
paint.
Paint?
I would paint.
Really?
Yeah.
See, I don't know you.
You don't know me.
This is good. This
Yeah.
is good. I don't even know y'all. Wonderful. All right. So, catering, author, painter.
Want to see some of my paint?
Yeah, some
I bought
paintings.
some. Put it from under the table.
All right, come on, hold on.
Okay,
We're
this
gonna
is
pause on the book and see some of these paintings.
okay. So I love water, and it's nothing. So like this is one of them. I don't know.
Oh,
That's one of my paintings. So like I like to draw trees and water, and rivers, and all
you're
that
you're a
stuff.
regular Bob Ross.
And you know what? I watch Bob Ross as I do these paintings,
Really?
and I listen to him talk. It's therapy. He's very therapy, and I just do these. It's what I like to do in my spare time. So on Saturday, after I finish doing all my work for Mr. Muhammad, I go home and I pull up my paint, and then I do this.
All right. So um, tell everybody where they can order this painting for like $5,000.
Uh, 4482. But no, these are my personal. These are my personal things. I like myself.
And she'll take $5,000 for one
I
of these
sure
pictures.
would,
Man.
and I would get a food truck.
That's what I'm trying to tell you.
I
I
would.
tried it. I'm trying to hook you up here.
Okay.
Painting and the book. All right. Now
Yeah.
back to the book. All right. So now you got to write the book because that is going to help you with the lucky situation. Right?
Yep.
So now, in your choice of making a book, what made you go to the promise of Allah and then the promise to the woman in particular? What steered you in that direction?
Uh, so during that time, we talk about people don't. I don't like the word depression.
Okay.
I don't like the word depression. So I use a different word called a moment of darkness or a moment of doubt. I will not say I was depressed. As you look at, I was not depressed. I had a moment of darkness. Okay? In my young 20 years, I was 20 something, and I was going through some things in my mind about myself. Okay?
All right. I'm with you. I'm with you.
So,
In your moment of darkness.
yes, I had a moment of doubt.
Okay. Doubt.
Yes,
Darkness, not doubt.
doubt
Doubt.
and
Okay.
darkness. It was both just compiled
Okay.
together.
All right.
And I was just in a funk about everything. I just was kind of like going like this without anybody knowing because I always smile. So people never, if you don't ask, you don't know. So always ask a person, even the most happiest person, you should ask them if they're okay.
Okay. That's a
Mhm.
good habit. That's a good
Yeah.
habit. I should do that because I be feeling like since I'm good, everybody good.
Yeah,
And
no.
that might necessarily
They might
be the
be
case. Might not necessarily be the
laughter
case.
is a coping mechanism for a lot of black people. We cope through laughter.
So question for you. So if you
Yeah.
were going through a dark period,
Mhm.
right? And was there any particular part of the book that was real difficult for you to get through? Like you
Ooh,
kept getting like writer's block, like you didn't
oh
want
my
to deal with
God.
it.
Writing about my dad and
Okay.
forgiveness.
Okay.
I was not a very forgiving individual.
Because you're currently very forgiving,
I'm
correct?
very
Really not.
I'm a
Okay.
work in progress. I'm a work in
Okay.
progress.
Okay.
But I am more forgiving than what I.
Okay. Well, you got to go through
You gotta
things.
go
You
through
know,
it.
you
Yeah,
can't ask God to do something for you, and you're not willing to
yeah.
do your part. So yeah, we get.
So and then from that stream from the not forgiving my dad, I started to notice that I used to say some crazy stuff about men in general, and then it poured over into my adulthood.
It.
And I would just have outbursts and I would say stuff. Like I wouldn't think 5 times before I spoke. Even if I see something, you're supposed to think about it first because you
Mm-hmm.
don't want to hurt a person's feelings.
Mm-hmm.
I would not do that. So I would just straight up tell my brother, you
That ain't good. Don't
and that's not good, right? Not cussing, but I would just say whatever.
You and the brothers is not good.
And that wasn't good. It was so bad, and I didn't know what my grandma was saying at that time. I didn't understand, but it all came. And then I had to, because I would not talk to my dad on the phone at all.
So, question for so the vituperation that you would give the brothers, was that something that you wish you had been able to express to your father?
Yes.
Okay.
Like I don't like I don't like to be yelled at. Like it's certain things that I
Didn't like or you don't like?
don't like. Now,
Present
even
time, you
still,
don't like.
the yelling is not a thing
Okay.
because I feel like you can talk
Okay.
about anything. But I didn't know that I was getting triggered by this stuff until I went to auditing. I went to auditing and it freaked me out. The first time I had auditing, it really freaked me out. And I went all the way back to birth and I could just hear
Really?
it. Yeah. And I was like, yeah, no, we ain't doing that. I was like, what is this? This is crazy. I went all the way back to birth and I was able to like feel and hear. I could even feel myself being born in the pain of birth
Okay.
for my mother. I could, because even the child goes through pain too.
Right.
Like I could feel
Clearly.
all of that. Clearly. And then just never really forgiving my dad. I would not talk to him at all. So he left when I was 6.
Okay.
I have not seen my father since I was 6 years old. So dealing with that, and then he called me when I was 18. So from 6, not seeing him, one time when I was 12,
Okay.
and then just remembering, because even that's in my book, remembering him smelling like cigarettes, and that wasn't customary because he wasn't a smoker.
That's not what you remember.
I don't remember him.
Right.
To not seeing him anymore, and I'm 32. But he called me when I was 18, and he called me like he was talking to a 6-year-old, and it triggered me. So when my dad left, I didn't cry. I didn't cry. I didn't show any emotion, and I didn't know that I was affected as bad as my brothers. They cried and everything. I did.
And this is at 6.
This is at
This is like 6. You wasn't
I
even
don't even
emotionally.
remember crying or doing none of that. I didn't do it. And then over the years, I never cried. I didn't. I didn't feel anything until finally thought and everything just.
Okay. So I don't know what age you begin to have vituperation for men.
I would say because I've been the monster my whole life.
So just period, just the whole.
Let me tell you, wait. As soon as I can get into the relationship classes and I can open my mouth and ask a question, I knew I had a problem. I'm not because but this is what I have these relationship classes, and I would sneak in so that I can come in. And I was not old enough to go in, so now I'm old enough, can't do anything. But I used to sneak in, and I would sit in the back, and then I would write all these crazy questions and put them in a bucket. Nobody else was writing them; it was me. I wrote all the crazy questions.
Well, thank you, Sister Anonymous. We
I was
appreciate the crazy question.
Okay, brother, say.
I was wondering why everybody was looking around. I'm like, what?
It was me.
Who said that?
So that was crazy. That was crazy. If I can go back, I would change what I did because I think I hurt a lot of people with that. That part of me was not a very nice sister. I would say.
So basically, you took it out on the relationship class.
I did. The anonymous.
The Sister Anonymous was the one that was, just triggering the whole class.
I was triggering. I was shooting fire like nothing, and I was young and I was stupid, and I didn't really know because I didn't know I had a problem.
Okay, that's interesting. I don't even know what that just threw me for a loop. Okay, so now, all right. So you said 18 when you spoke to your father. Were you able to say, "Oh, now at this point, all the emotions are coming"?
I didn't even call. I never called him. I never called him dad. When I was 23.
But you spoke after 18. You continued to speak to him.
No.
Oh, whoa.
This was the off and on process for him.
Okay.
It's not that I didn't want to talk to him. He changed his number and then I could reach him.
Okay.
So he called me. He said, "Princess," and I was like, "Who is this? Who is that? I don't even know who is this man." I didn't even know him.
So is it safe to say? Is it safe to say that from 6 to now we were?
I was 18. First phone call.
18. And now you're like
20-something, and I was still calling him sir.
And
he was sir.
Is it safe to say that he has been going through his own stuff over here? Because you're saying that you've been reaching him, you couldn't So he wasn't, he was going through some
Yeah, he was
things
doing
over
his own
here.
little thing.
He was doing his own little thing
He was
over
null
here.
and void until he
Yeah.
called. And then I had to learn how to. I had to go to my little company. And you cannot control your parents.
Right.
And that saying in the Bible, honor your mother and your father for your days to be longer, became real to me. So I set it on the best part of him, which was Allah used him to be able to procreate with my mother to make me who I am today.
Okay.
So if there is nothing else I can thank him for, I can thank him for life.
Right.
And that is where I can settle on him. Because the other things I didn't get from him, but Allah put men in my life to father me so that I wasn't absent of a father.
Fill the void.
Yeah, he filled the void.
Okay. Well, so now that what chapter? I'm pretty sure that's in the book. I didn't want to. They're gonna have to buy the book now, because I'm telling you, it's a deep book. I'm being cautious. I'm treading water here. I don't want to give too much away.
So the promise of God is all in the front of this. The front of this book. They talk about my relationship with my father and how Allah really became that driving force in my life. And on that journey, just really trusting Allah. My mom used to say stuff like, "Allah is my man. He's sufficient for me and all I need." I'm like, what is these women talking about? Like, no, I need a man. Like, what you talking about? Like, as I got older, I was like, what are they talking about? I don't even understand that. But I understand it now.
Okay.
Allah is sufficient for us in all that we need. No matter if you're a man or you're a woman, He is sufficient. And the God within myself, I had to trust that God within me, and really push and strive to have what it is that I wanted for myself, all of those different things.
Right. So, in writing a book that was so personal, did writing the book change you?
My God.
Did it change you?
It was therapy.
Okay.
Because it's like we don't talk about what's wrong with us. We hold everything in because we don't want people to judge us. But I'm not that kind of person. I've always been kind of like, I'm open book, but I'm not, because you don't know everything about me. You know exactly what I want to
I do not know
do. And
you.
that's a bit. That's good enough.
I've
But this
been
book,
all these years, and I do not know who you are.
it's good. You don't need to know everything
Oh,
about a
Lord.
person. Some stuff you need to keep closet on this way. But this book was my therapy. It was also my saying that it's nothing wrong with Alicia. You are becoming who Allah, Master Muhammad, wants you to become.
Okay.
And once you strive to become her, then everything else is going to fall into place. Because trying to force something, it's not going to work. Nothing that's forced together, it don't work. So for me, my relationship with Allah had to be established. The foundation had to become strong, and I'm still working on my relationship with Master Muhammad. But I trust
But
him.
that's a life goal.
Yeah, that's a lifelong relationship. But that he my man, so I'm like, yeah, that's my man. Master Muhammad, that's my man. He look out for me. Every month I was sitting there, I'm like, man, I don't know. And then Allah opened up the door. I don't even worry about how I'm gonna pay my rent. I don't worry about how I'm gonna pay my lights. I don't worry about those small things, because every time He show up for me. When I moved away from Atlanta and I went on my own, that was another step in my preparation for what's to come for me, because I'm preparing myself for more.
Okay.
For all the things that I know that Allah has stored up for me. He said He stored up stuff for me. I'm preparing my table for the gifts to drop.
Right.
So I'm in preparation. I wrote this book and I ended it in waiting. Now I'm in preparation. For more, for what He wants me to have.
So hold up. I know we're skipping. I know we're going a little ahead. Is there going to be another book?
It is. I've been working on it for 3 years.
Really?
Yeah. And working on it in my head. It still ain't hit the paper.
I do not know you. That's going to be the theme of this podcast. I do not know you.
I've been working on it because I'm not in the same headspace as I was here.
Okay.
So I go back and I read these things, and sometimes you write stuff in present tense, in future tense. And a lot of the things that I wrote in this book, I had not went through just yet. All the things, when I wrote it, I hadn't went through all of it.
Okay.
I read this book, and everything that's in this book, I have done.
Really?
Everything.
Okay.
So now I can say this is a real true book.
I
stand on business.
Stand up on business.
Stand up on business. Yes.
All right. Well, let's continue. it's a small book, but it's packed. I promise
It's
you, it's
packed.
packed. And read it.
And the book is 40 pages. Um, and I put something in the back of the book, Arthur's notes. I started this book at 27 years old,
Okay.
and I completed the last word at 5:27 p.m. 2 and 7 equals 9. 9 is the number of completion. End of one chapter in the beginning of another.
Okay. So you just gave me a thought, right? What is something that the reader of the book is going to be surprised to know about you?
I was a people pleaser at one point in my life.
Hmm?
Yeah, I actually care what people thought about me.
You said that like you don't care what people think about
I
you.
mean, not as much because when you start caring about what other people think about you, then you start doing what you think they want you to do.
Okay, no,
You know, you know what
I
I'm
see
saying?
that, but okay, so I have this philosophy about that
Mm,
statement, right? So for me, uh, I think it is healthy to think about what people think about you.
yeah,
Because I've heard that thrown around over the years. You don't care about what people think of you. No, I don't think that should supersede what you think about you.
absolutely.
But you should definitely, and I teach my children, you should definitely be aware
Of what
what
people
you're
think about
putting
you.
out
Yeah,
so that people, you know what people think about you. Because the Honorable Elijah Muhammad teaches us that a good name is better than gold. So you go out there, you just wilding out and fussing out the brothers. And you know what I mean? Come on now. You don't think?
what I'm
No?
saying
Yeah? Okay.
is a people pleaser
No,
is
no, I'm not
different than
saying
a
to.
person that cares about what people think about them. To me,
But that's my point.
yeah,
Because you don't want to do anything in extreme. So a
exactly.
person who overly thinks or is
Yeah,
overly concerned what people think about them
it's not.
becomes people pleasing.
Yeah,
But
exactly.
what I'm saying is we should always be cognizant and be aware of what we're putting out to people,
Yes.
because we don't want to take that and be so so rigid about that.
Yeah.
We definitely should be concerned.
Another thing is that I used to be obsessed with marriage. Like I was very obsessed with getting married, and not the idea of marriage was very. I was obsessed with that. The idea of
Now,
marriage.
what
Never
at what age
understood it.
was the
I've been
marriage
wanting to get
exception?
married since I was like, when I heard about courtship, I was like 16. I was like, when we get married? Oh, we get married at 16. Okay. But yeah, no, that was me. I
Okay.
mean, and as time has gone by, we write our story, and the
Yeah.
law writes our story for us.
Yeah.
And then we have to settle into what he wants us to do. And I was confused for a minute. I was like, what you mean? I ain't ready. I wasn't ready. And apparently I'm still not. I'm in preparation. I'm in preparation.
Hey,
I'm in my
preparation.
waiting season.
That's
And what sisters and brothers gotta know is your alone season. It's okay to be alone. To learn how to love yourself. Because you can't love nobody if you don't
you
love
can't
you.
give what you ain't got.
There
That's
you
just the
go.
bottom line.
And
So
and that's
I get it.
what really this book is about. My relationship with Allah, my relationship with my family, my relationship with friends. Any type of relationship is you
It's
can apply
it's
this to.
okay. Okay. I understand about the preparation because I always say that women I've noticed, and this is up for discussion. So
Real round
you
table
get your
talk.
whole
This
yeah
is a real
real talk
discussion.
real talk. I've always you know listened to women and they say things like I can't wait to get my husband. I can't I want to get married. And I'm saying to myself, like, is this supposed to be like the superhero syndrome? Husband's supposed to fly in with the cape on, and your whole life is going to be, he's going to just change your situation just by being present, or he's just going to come in and, just save you from yourself. And it's for me, I think brothers look at it a little bit different. Like, not, I don't agree with that whole what you bring to the table thing. That's not what
Yeah.
I'm saying. But what I'm saying is, you know, yeah, I know what I'm supposed to do as a man, but am I supposed to do all of that with nothing in return? You're not working on you know, being a good cook. You're not working on being, sewing and cleaning and these things. But then I'm supposed to be, I'm supposed to take care of you at whatever level I find you on.
Mm, sprinkle, sprinkle.
Okay, I'm just saying. So just
And that's why in my book I write about, and I'm very aware of, um, a man meet you where you're at.
okay.
You can't really. I don't like hearing people say, "I want a man that's got this," and you ain't got nothing, nothing. Like, who goes to a job unprepared?
I'm listening to you.
Who goes to a corporate America job with a McDonald's resume? Nobody goes to that job. So, in order for you to get, in order for you to acquire the level of person that you want, and this is in my humble opinion. If I'm
No,
wrong,
hey, this
I
round
will,
table.
I will take that.
Speak your piece, man.
You have to apply yourself for the application.
Okay.
How you want somebody that's got all this stuff and you ain't did nothing for yourself,
Right.
but you are dependent. You
No.
you're not even a codependent. You're not even trying to apply for what it is that you're looking for. I think that is important that you strive to apply those things that you also want in a mate to yourself. You don't have to have everything, but meet the person halfway. Because a lot of times we get our eyes get clouded with the money and all those different things. But I want somebody who's got the attributes of Allah too, because he can have all this money and be a straight nigga. I don't want that.
Right.
I don't want somebody that's got all the spirit and none of the things that we've promised either. You know what I'm saying? So you have to meet me halfway.
On balance.
We have to have balance because my job as a help meet is to help you meet and overcome. I'm supposed to help you push you, but my job ain't to build you. You gotta not necessarily build you from the ground up. That's not my job. We're supposed to add to each other. So, like in my book, I tell sisters, I said, it's to page 29. Sisters, don't allow our desires to undermine our purpose. What is your purpose? Because what man wants a woman with no purpose? And she doesn't have a vision. It's like I don't want a man that don't have nowhere for me to follow him. Because I am a strong sister, but I also want somebody I can follow. So what are we doing? Where are we going? And if we don't have a purpose, we don't have something. See, marriage to me is I don't look at marriage the way everybody else looks at marriage. I look at marriage as I want to be the example for my family that marriage can work. Black love can work. Marriage can work. And also that we try to build generational wealth. If we're not talking about generational wealth, and the first thing we talk about is children, what are we talking about?
Right.
Because I don't want to talk
You
to you.
definitely need to talk about generational wealth.
We're not talking
before you
about
talk
children
about
first.
children.
Sister, you look like you can
That's-
bear. You
that's for
bear. You
sure.
look like a great bearer of children, brother. I will straight up, just brother, just go ahead and we're gonna go ahead and courtship. Hey, these courtship papers back because I don't want to talk to
That is right. Definitely let's talk about generational
you. Let's talk
wealth
about generational
before the
wealth
babies
and building something for our future.
Right.
So that is important. The science of mating is important.
Right.
People look at marriage as a legalized sex. Like
And that's why it's business.
it's
mating
business.
and warfare. You put business first. Handle the
Yeah.
business first.
On the business first.
Business first.
And we talk about the
And then we
business.
talk about
And the business is good. And it's okay for people to talk about the business.
right.
I don't necessarily want what you got when you come in. I have another belief too. I believe in prenups. I think prenups are great. If you come in with $1 million, I got my own million. I'm just saying, and as we get together, now we building something as a family.
Right,
We
right.
have,
But it's
you know,
business.
but it's
Basically,
business.
just make sure the business is
Yeah,
handled
you
before
should.
you get to the point of bringing children into the
Yeah,
picture.
you shouldn't do that.
That's a wise thing. But and make sure that the character is built
Yes.
before you even get to the point that you're. Because it's crazy. That's one of the things that's funny talking about the levels of emotion, the levels of emotional ability,
Mhm.
character, right? So one of my things was, I want to make sure that I I never consider myself a big quote unquote people pleaser,
Mhm.
but I do I can't be loyal to a fault. You
Mhm.
know what I'm saying? Certain things like that, you have to make sure you got that stuff in check before you get into a situation. Here you in a situation 5-10 years down the road,
Yeah.
and it is just not beneficial to you. You
You
getting
know how
drugged.
to say I'm done.
Say
I'm letting
no.
done early. I'm out. I'm not doing this. This ain't gonna work for us.
Yeah.
And no matter if this is a business contract, if it's a job, if it's something, if it's not working, it don't work. It is never gonna
Now,
work.
is that something? Is that something that you got before or after the book?
After the book.
That's definitely after the book.
After the book. Because before the book, I would even stay on jobs where I was being abused, like, just being talked to crazy and misused and stuff. And I was like, I'm better than this. I don't need to do this. Like,
Right.
I started feeling like I had to do something.
Right.
I had to be there because I didn't want to let something. No. I said, that's it. I'm good. Also on this book too, I think another thing that women we should work on, and I had to do this myself, is killing that alpha female syndrome.
Oh.
Because sometimes we're too masculine, and
Uh-oh.
learning how to bring it down. Because that's something that I had to learn how to do, to not talk at people, but talk to them.
Mm-hmm.
Because you can get so much with honey. And I always used to say that you can get so much with honey.
But I mean, a lot of people don't understand the power of femininity.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? We live in a world that's a dog eat dog world, and I think that overwrites some time on sisters who are having to do it for themselves.
Mm-hmm.
They get that dog eat dog mentality, and that is definitely masculine energy. You know what I mean?
It is. And then I wrote in here specifically, kill the alpha female and learn to bask in your feminine energy. Speak with encouragement and hold yourself and others accountable, and their attitudes and respect level will change overnight.
Right.
And that is very true. So this is something that I wrote before I did. I was telling myself.
Okay.
Self.
Teach on the manifest.
I'm manifesting. Oh my God. We say manifesting. Some brothers was talking to me, and they asked me a question. Brother asked me a question, and I felt this being when the brother asked me this question. He was talking to all of us, and he said, he asked everybody in the room, you know what kind of car you want? And I was sitting there in my phone, literally trying to look for a car, and because I never thought about what kind of car I wanted. I never thought about where I wanted to live. I never thought about any of those things. And I was like, I didn't ever think about that. And then I finally thought about what kind of car I wanted when I got by myself. And I was like, I'm sitting up here lying, but I want this kind of car. Just so the question would be answered.
Mm-hmm.
But then I went back and I thought, I was like, that's a good question. I never thought about what I wanted. And it was a really good question. And also the question was asked, do you manifest? And I was like, what the hell is manifest? But my little sister was like, yeah, I manifest. And I was sitting there like, I don't manifest. I don't manifest. I don't do this. I wasn't just dreaming for
manifest.
Right.
You just wasn't consciously or intentionally manifesting. Because everything manifests.
Exactly. So that question triggered something in me too. Okay. And I was like, dang, I like to get triggered on good stuff.
Okay, good.
So it made me think about myself. I was like, oh, let me think about that. So when I started thinking about it, then I started doing. Like I said, year before last, I said I want a BMW. I didn't know what money was coming from. I didn't know, but I got a BMW. A BMW Sports. I got it.
Let me borrow $20. I got my crazy shit.
So, and then I also said, I want my own key. In January last year, I said, I want to be able to turn my own key, open my own door. An opportunity presented itself that I did not even sign myself up for. A coworker at my job said, why don't you apply to go to Nashville? And I was like, no. He went on the computer and he signed me up to go to Nashville for a payday. Yeah. It came open and Allah said, take it. And it was just like an abrupt thing. I'm very spontaneous. So, and I went. I didn't know where I was going to stay. I didn't know nobody in Nashville, just a couple sisters here and there. But like personally know them, I didn't know them. I didn't know nobody. So I went to Nashville. Horrible credit. I went to Nashville and I got an apartment.
You ain't gotta tell everything.
I'm just saying I did. I had, but I don't have horrible credit now. I took care of my business.
Okay, all right.
It might still be bad. It's not as bad.
You gotta tell everything.
But I went and I got an apartment downtown, close to Broadway.
Really?
Man,
all in.
I had a nice apartment. And let me tell you, Allah blessed me.
Let me borrow $20.
I ain't got it. I got to pay my rent. But no, Allah blessed me to where I was staying downtown, right down out off of Broadway. Very nice apartment with security. And my rent wasn't but $11.06 a month. Everybody in the building was paying $1,500. And I got it on the special. And I was good for a whole year. I went up there with no furniture. And Allah put people in my life They bought my friends, bought every piece of furniture that I had. They bought my bed, they bought my sofa. When I tell you Allah really showed out for me, and that's why I can't be anything but grateful. I didn't have to spend no money. And my apartment was it's lavish now because I took everything that was there and brought it back to Atlanta. I went with nothing and I came back with everything that I needed. Spiritually, financially, emotionally, I left with nothing and I came back with everything that I needed for myself to get to this point.
So can we take a commercial break? And when we come back, we're going to ask you more about the book and ask you more about what's going on in the future.
Sisters, you don't let no man take from you what you don't wish to give. Now you have to fight for your dignity. Don't let no man, I don't care if he put a gun to your head. He wants from you what you don't want to give. Kill him. Kill him. But say Allahu Akbar. And then strike with that power. And I guarantee you his knees will buckle. If he come near you with a penis, cut it off. Yes, sir. Cut his throat. Won't give him nothing, yes, sir, but death. Yes, sir. Because that's what a rapist deserves. Yes, sir. You see my sisters standing around me. They are my support. They are soldiers, willing at any time to give their lives for Allah's sake and righteousness. It is time that women all over the world are recognized for that which God has put in them for the whole world. Never again shall we walk with our women behind us. Never again shall we permit women to be disrespected and dishonored in any society here or anywhere else on the earth. It is the time that Almighty God wants women to take their rightful place, and this is why this world is on its way to hell. It is because it has not respected the mother of civilization.
We want to acquaint you today with your divinity and then call on you to be yourself.
So now we're in book one. We're preparing for book two.
Yep.
I need you to give me something, a story or something that didn't make book one, and you don't know if you're gonna put in book two yet. Something that's not in book one.
Well, a lot of the good things that's happened over these last couple of years is not in book one. Striving to become financially stable. That's one thing that I'm gonna, talk about, and overcoming the fear of success.
The fear of success.
Oh yeah.
Not you.
Yeah. So
Tell
you
me
be
more about it.
scared to be, to make it. You be scared. I was, and I had fear that I didn't have confidence within my own gifts and talents.
Really?
And I'm okay with saying that. I didn't really trust my gifts. And now I do. So now I'm going to allow Allah to use me, to use my gifts to push me to where I need to be. And I'm going to tell you this story.
Okay.
I was working for Rockdale Medical Hospital, and this lady came in, and she was like prophesying to people. She was like talking to them, and I felt some type of way because I was like, you don't say nothing to me. She walked out, and I was like, where did that lady go? Right? This lady appeared back in front of me, and she said, my name is Apostle Hill, And I said, yes. Do you have anything you want to say to me? And she said, you already know what God wants you to do. You need to go back and help that man. And here I am.
Well, thank you, Apostle Hill. Apostle Hill.
So the to help Student Minister Sharif help the unministers Farrakhan is something that was told that I had to do. That was something that I already knew I needed to do, but I wanted reassurance, even from a messenger, God. Because God can send a message to anybody he wants.
Hey, anytime.
And she said, you don't. You need to use your voice and go back and help that man. That's what she said to me specifically.
And look at you, writing books, all on
Hey.
podcasts, and all traveling all
But
over
it
the
took
world.
me long. It took me a long time to take what she told me that I already knew I needed to do to then apply it to today. So, yeah. Another thing in my next book I'm going to talk about is loyalty. Loyalty is very important, and no matter what a person goes through, if it's a good person, no matter if it's a friendship, no matter what it is, loyalty is important. So, I believe in loyalty. Loyalty is everything. To me, and standing with truth, no
Right.
matter
Yeah.
if it's man, woman, truth, loyalty, that's love right there for me. And that's something that I want to in my next book that I'm gonna talk about.
You're gonna deep dive into
Yeah.
truth, deep dive into loyalty.
Hmm.
I can't wait. I can't wait because I'm tell you, I'm learning more about you every day. We've been working here for a few months now, and I'm telling you, you never cease to amaze me. You have so much talent. You know what I mean? So smart, so much talent.
Can I clap myself? Do it. Academy Award.
Okay. But no problem because I'm gonna tell you, I wouldn't even be doing this
Yeah.
had not you asked me to do this. I wouldn't, so I have to say thank you too because I would have been like a bump on the law. This gives me an opportunity to help
Yeah.
as well. So, you working on yourself, you helping other people work on themselves.
Hey, this is also doing for self or suffering the consequences. That's
Okay.
very, very important because we don't strive to come out of the system in which we have become accustomed to. We're not going to make it. So, all of the things that I'm doing, writing my book, cooking, you painting, all those different things, I want to do for myself one day, be able to completely come out of that system and do something for myself. So, this is the opportunity because the time is gonna come when the money not flowing from them, they gonna have their own. They already doing it on most of these jobs.
Right.
They cutting us off.
Right.
They're cutting us off. So we have to take the opportunity to really do for ourselves and trust that Allah will be sufficient for us and all that we need in order to get and have what we're supposed to have because He promised it to us.
That's right. But I'm gonna tell you one of the most beautiful things that you have shared with us today is that you have had the opportunity to practice on your manifestation.
Yes.
Right. So when it comes time that's what you're gonna have to rely on, your ability because you'll think something, you'll have a thought, and Allah will help you bring that thought into reality.
Oh
But
yeah.
you have to be the one to think thought and go to work on the thought.
Right.
And Allah he will do what He say He will. That
Yes.
is so wonderful. So, all right, hey man, it's been a great hour sitting here talking. Time have flown by. Is there any last words for our people?
Yes, I will read just one thing. I'm not gonna read the prayer in the back of the book. You told me to wait.
Oh yeah. Say, hey,
Should
listen,
I read it?
that's on you.
I,
I'm
I,
saying, listen, man, y'all gotta get the book though, because there's so much we did not cover in the book. You gotta get the book. So if she wants to share her prayer with
I'm gonna
you,
share my
share the
prayer.
prayer.
So I'm gonna share my prayer. Okay, this is it right here. Now this prayer is for sisters. You can use it, or brothers. You can use it. You can just switch the words from man to woman. Okay, because we're manifesting. We're not in our wait. We're in our preparation season. We're not in our waiting season. Because Allah is promising us that we are not going to be alone in this mission. This mission is not the kind of mission you want to be in alone. It's
Not meant
okay
to be
to
alone.
want to have a companion in the struggle. It's hard to do it by yourself. So we all desire, that is our second half of our faith. No matter how long it takes you to heal, this is important. So I want to read this. So this is my healing process, and this is my prayer to my future husband. And brothers, you want to change the words when I say man? You want to say woman? I'm just playing. Okay.
I'm definitely got a prayer for a woman. I definitely got a prayer, Lord. Send me a woman. Go ahead.
Okay, so my prayer is it goes as this. Oh Allah, I pray for a God fearing man.
Or
I
woman.
pray for discernment. I pray for the knowledge that I gain from my experience. I pray for a man that
Or woman.
loves family. I pray that he is a leader. I pray that we will build together. I pray that he is my best friend. I pray he assures me. I pray that he comforts me. I pray for a man that loves to travel and see new things. I pray to Almighty God that he is a man that will edify my world. I pray that he will love me the way that you love me. I pray that he is patient, loving, and kind. Oh Allah, I pray that you help me control my mouth so that I will not say something crazy and run him away.
Thank you, Grandma.
Allah, you said that love is patient, love is kind, and love does not envy. I believe in your perfect love, Almighty God. I thank you, Allah, for the knowledge of self and for allowing me to overcome my own demons. I pray that you continue to give me peace within myself and make me whole to be able to receive a man that will walk in faith and live by your word. I am a queen. I deserve to be treated like one. I am a soldier for Allah. I pray I will continue to love and honor you, Almighty God, Allah. And I pray that you will hear my prayer and answer the good desires of my heart. I pray that they are in line with you and your will. I am ready. I say this prayer in the name of Master Fried Muhammad, the Honorable Elijah Muhammad, and the Honorable Mr. Louis Farrakhan. And that is the prayer.
Man.
Amen.
Let me tell you, that was a very, very, very beautiful prayer. And I pray that Allah in the person of Master Fard Muhammad, his Christ, the Honorable Elijah Muhammad, and their Messiah, bless you with what you were praying for. That is very beautiful, very beautiful.
So this is my number. If you want to order the book and you're in Atlanta, or if you don't want to order it off of Amazon, you can put in Alicia Muhammad, and the proper spelling of my name is right here at the bottom of the screen. ALICIAMUHAMMAD. You can put that into Amazon and order the book on there, or you can just call my number 404-573-3539, and you can place your order, and I can mail the book out directly to you. And then you want to finish the other one.
All right, well, hey, you know you can always come by the God's Ark here on Campbellton Road. You could always make a donation to $ National 10K Fearless.
Yep.
And that should be at the bottom of the screen. And always make a donation so that we can get better. We like to thank all the brothers and sisters who have been donating and who are helping us make this podcast better every time. So we thank you, we thank you, we thank you. And again, we thank our national director and our student regional minister, Minister Abdul Sharif Muhammad, for even allowing us to represent the 10,000 Fearless in the way that we do. And with that,
May Allah bless you all. Assalamu alaikum.
Assalamu alaikum.